Hey, what's going on, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Today, I don't know, let's just call this a new series, and we'll call it Cooking with Fools. Look, it's not that I don't know how to cook. I haven't had to cook in years. Not since I was like an old bachelor, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just never had the need or desire to really want to cook at the house, you know? I'm very much codependent and rely on my wife to make the meals, so... Lately, she's been getting a little bit more and more tired and not wanting to cook as much because of work schedule and the kids and the this and the that. And so lately, it's just pretty much been pizza, what seems like 3 nights a week, or hamburgers, or I don't know, what's the other one? Noodles with sauce. So I figured, you know what? If I'm going to be bitching about the cooking that goddamn much, then maybe I should do something about it. So today, I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to buy a whole bunch of different ingredients, and I'm gonna try to make something happen. So let's do this. All right, right into Walmart. They have the better selection of wine. They have a better selection of food in my area. Now, Stater Brothers has some nice stuff, but Walmart's pretty much a go-to for me. All right, first thing I'm gonna grab up is some of this parsley, and I'm gonna grab some fresh broccoli because I hear it's better for you. I'm gonna grab some green beans and some of these green onions. I'm gonna grab some jalapeno peppers and some of this asparagus, and I'll grab a bag of carrots and some celery. All right, and since we're man caving it up here, we're gonna grab some lemon and lime juice for our foods, and I think we're gonna pick up some red onion. I was in debate on whether or not I wanted to get this giant piece of elephant garlic, but I think we're gonna get some of this, maybe this minced garlic. That way it'd save me so much hassle. I wouldn't have to worry about mincing it myself. And I definitely love the idea of getting me some green olives. I don't know which ones are better to get. I think I'll go with this early California one. And I'm definitely gonna grab some split peas. We'll grab a couple of bags of those for sure. Not sure what kind of broth I need to get. I did pick up some of this pork chunks for the split pea soup. So I guess we'll grab some chicken broth and some beef broth. And we'll grab some stew meat lean chunks. And we'll grab a loaf or two of this French bread. Love French bread. All right, I'm gonna grab a couple of bags of these baby red potatoes. It's gonna make it easy if I wanted to dice them up and chunk them, or if I wanted to mash them, or if I wanted to toss them into a stew or a slow cook pot. So I'm definitely gonna grab a couple of bags of those. And I think I'll grab a couple of bags of these baby regular potatoes. I think we'll grab a little bag of lemon and a little bag of lime. All right, and being a huge lover of salmon, I think it's probably my best bet to get a big one. Here's a big salmon fillet cut. That's gonna be delicious. Grabbing up one of those for sure. And this fresh tilapia might make for a good one, so I'll grab some of that. I love seafood, man, I really do. Steamer clams, oh yes, please. How many of those? I'm gonna grab a couple of boxes of those. Then I'm gonna come back for some lobster, some cocktail shrimp. Oh yeah, baby. I will say I do like a good cheddar and broccoli rice. This stuff's freaking amazing. And it goes really well with fish and seafood. So I think I'll grab a couple more just because. And of course you can't have seafood without a good bottle of wine. And this looks like to be the best one that they sell at Walmart. So grab a couple bottles of this. And for dessert, how about some coffee and a good pecan pie. Oh yeah, baby. That's how I go grocery shopping. I totally forgot, but I needed to grab cucumbers too. All right, so outside of the fact that I knew I wanted some seafood, that I knew I wanted a salmon steak, that's pretty much how I get down when I go shopping for groceries. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that I hit. That's the stuff that I go after. Things that I can turn into meals with. So overall, with everything that I got, between coffee, produce, meat, vegetables, I'm saying I got enough here to make at least at least a dozen meals throughout the week. So all right, everyone, we're back at my house. We're getting ready to make some seared salmon steaks, and I'm gonna make some red half mash, half chunk potatoes. I'm gonna try to do some breaded asparagus. Now, I've only ever seen like maybe a couple of videos on YouTube of other people cooking. It didn't look too incredibly difficult. Went to the grocery store, as you guys already saw. Did some shopping for a few other things that I want to learn how to cook this week. So, number one thing that got me started into wanting to even do this is, if you're gonna bitch and complain about the wife's cooking, you might as well step up to the plate and start doing it yourself. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We're also gonna make breaded deep fried asparagus. We've got some minced garlic, we've got some lemon for added flavor, and we're doing a half mashed, half chunk red potato. So that'll be pretty interesting. We got that going on. Back here in the back, I got my pot with 6 cups of water. Up here I've got 2 ounces of olive oil. I'm going to be using 2 ounces of olive oil over here with about 8 tablespoons of butter. I'm hoping that's going to be enough to make the sauce or the drizzle that I'm planning on putting on the salmon steak, but we'll be cooking it in the actual pan itself over here. Before I get this whole thing going, I got to make a few other little measurements of stuff that I'm going to need, and we'll just see how well I do. I haven't had to cook for myself since I was a bachelor. Never found the need to want to really do any kind of cooking as a married person, but yet here I am. So if you're going to complain about your wife's cooking, you better pull it together and freaking figure out how to cook on your own. So that's what we're doing here today. Okay, so we got our red potatoes in the back boiling. We got our breaded asparagus in the frying pan frying in the oil. I turned the heat up a little bit on the salmon. We're going to see how that goes. I should probably set some kind of timer. 11:56, let's say at noon. We'll go ahead and we'll rotate the salmon steaks on over, and we'll move these about. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to wrap it up for my cooking video for today. Didn't know if I could do it, was curious if I could. Didn't look too difficult on 1 or 2 of the YouTube videos that I saw on how to properly cook a steak salmon. Mission complete. Very successful. I think it tastes delicious. I've tried the mashed potatoes with the method that I showed you. That's how I've done them. They came out fabulous. The asparagus came out fabulous. Just the right amount of firm to squish that you could expect, and that breading just adds a little bit else. I also think that the Pinot Grigio really does complement the salmon with the flavor and everything. And then of course, just to fill in any kind of other little taste, or maybe you're a little bit hungrier than what you've preemptively made for yourself, we throw in some French bread. Alright guys, well that'll pretty much wrap it up. I know it has nothing to do with wrenching and it has nothing to do with tools, but you know what? That's not what my channel is about. It's my channel. I post what I want here. So hopefully you at least got some enjoyment out of today's content. That's all I got. We'll see you guys next time. Salut and deuces.